Welcome everyone to this Yin and Restorative Yoga sequence for self-care. So often when we go into the colder and darker months, we sometimes feel that our energy levels can dwindle a little bit and we require a little bit more time for rest and relaxation. So this sequence is designed to help you do just that, and hopefully leaving you feeling a little bit more grounded and relaxed for the evening or week ahead. You're going to need some props for today, so I recommend having one block and a bolster. If you don't have access to a bolster, you can always use a stack of pillows or a stack of blankets instead. I always recommend also having a blanket handy just because it is a little bit chilly and you want to think warm winter nest vibes. So let's come to sit in a comfortable seat. Leave your socks on, jumpers on, whatever you need to keep warm. Resting the hands on the knees or the thighs. The spine is erect but not rigid. Take some time to get comfortable. So it might feel quite nice just to take some shoulder rolls here, some neck rolls. Maybe a little bit of circling the neck might feel quite nice. Anything you need to release a little bit of tension and tightness from the body. And when that movement feels complete for you, just coming into some sort of physical stillness. Close the eyes or relax the gaze downwards. We'll start by taking a few full breaths here. Nice full breath in through the nose. And exhale out through the mouth. Allowing yourself 2 more breaths just like that. And then allowing the breath to resume at its natural rhythm and pace. Every exhale, an opportunity to let go of tension or tightness carried in the body. And we're going to begin by working through a pranayama breath control technique. And this particular one is called Nadi Shodhana, or alternate nostril breathing. This particular breath control technique is really good for sweeping away all of the cobwebs of the mind and clearing out all of the clutter in your thoughts. So we'll pick up the right hand and just bending all the fingers and the thumb into the palm, but leaving the peace fingers up. And you're going to place the peace fingers on top of your third eye center. So just this space in between the eyebrows. And using the thumb and the ring finger and the little finger as little seals for each nostril. The thumb will act as a seal for the right and the other fingers as seal for the left. So we'll start by taking a full breath in through both nostrils. And an exhale through both. Placing the peace fingers on the third eye. Seal the right nostril with the thumb and inhale through the left. Seal the left nostril and exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Seal the right and exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Seal the left and exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Seal the right and exhale through the left. Inhale left. Seal the left, exhale through the right. And inhale right. Seal the right and exhale through the left. Just complete 2 more rounds using your own breath. When you finish off the last round, just rest the hand back on the thigh or the knee. Take an inhale through both. Breathing out through both nostrils. Gently opening the eyes. And we'll make our way into our first restorative posture. So we're going to come into a back bend. You choose the height that the back bend, the height of the bolster and the intensity of the back bend. So if you want to take a slightly intense opening through the chest, then I recommend not using a block and just having the bolster. If you want a little bit of height, make it extra restorative, then you can have a block on its middle, highest setting you choose, on top of the bolster. Again, if you don't have bolster, just use some pillows. Turning away from the bolster. And we're going to take bent legs this time, bringing the soles of the feet together, knees about hip width apart. Knees can be separated, or you can lean the knees and the thighs on one another. Bringing the bolster into the sacrum area and just carefully allow yourself to come all the way down. So the spine lies on the bolster. And then once the head is supported, you can just allow the arms to drop out, palms facing up or facing down. Have a little check-in, about 15 to 30 seconds in this posture. See if you need to make any little adjustments, shuffles, adding or taking away props. And if you're comfy, cozy, you can allow the eyes to close. Or just relax the gaze to one spot. Taking an inhale through the nose. And an exhale through the mouth to let go. Allowing yourself 2 more breaths just like that. And allowing the breath to return to its natural speed, its natural rhythm. Sometimes there can be a tendency to hold on to some tightness through the shoulders here. Seeing if the shoulders can possibly soften and release a little bit more. giving the weight of your body down towards the surface of props and earth beneath you. Just feel this body breathing. I'm going to leave you here in silence just for a couple of minutes. But please be assured that I'm right here with you, and you'll hear my voice very soon. Three more breaths. Taking a breath in through the nose and a breath out through the mouth. When you feel ready to move, allowing yourself to move at a pace that doesn't disturb your peace too much, will gently allow the body to roll off to one side, but keeping the torso on the bolster so that you're resting the side body on the bolster, and you can bend the top arm and just rest the head on the arm or whatever surface is underneath the head. Just take a moment here. Opportunity to have a compassionate check-in. Notice if there's any physical sensations in the body. Also checking in with emotional tone. And when you're ready to lift the spine, we'll use the support of one of the palms followed by the other. And just gently, gently lift the spine all the way up to seated. We're going to remove the props off the mat and come to lie down on the back. And then once you're on the back of the body, coming into a constructive rest pose where the feet and knees are about hip width apart, knees pointing up towards the ceiling. And this pose helps your spine come into a little bit more of a neutral shape, so allowing it to relax and release a little bit more. Just take a moment here, slight tuck of the chin to get that length through the back of the neck. Feel the spine becoming heavy. And when you're ready, we're going to come into a yin hip opener. And it's going to be cow face legs. I'm going to ease you in step by step. And you can take each option that feels comfortable for you. So picking up the right leg and cross it over the left. Make sure that the thighs are touching each other. So it's kind of like you're sitting down and you're crossing your legs on a chair. Think like sitting down vibes. And then this might be already enough of a stretch for you. This is plenty through the right hip. Option 2, you start to lift that left foot. Ease the legs back towards you. So you're lessening the distance between the thighs and the stomach. Then you can rest the hands on top of the knees. Maybe you interlace the fingers on top of the knees. Option 3, if there's a little bit more space in your right hip, you can slide the hands down the length of the shins and grab a hold of ankles. So opposite hand on opposite ankle. And then easing the ankles back towards the direction of the torso. Just soften the elbows, the shoulders, the head. Whichever option you're in, taking a full breath in through the nose. And an exhale through the mouth to let go. Continuing to breathe in and out through the nose. It's totally normal for you to experience a range of sensations and emotions when you come into stillness practices. So whether it's peace and relaxation, maybe irritation, a sense of restlessness, just giving everything a container to rest. The last couple of breaths in this pose, see if you can ease the legs even closer towards the body if there's space. And again, not pushing into any pain or discomfort. 2 more breaths in here. And carefully release a hold of knees, ankles, or shins. Just let the arms fall back down towards the earth and bring that left foot back down towards the ground. Take a moment here just to ease yourself out of that quite deep opening through that right hip. And then only when you're ready, we'll go into the same posture on the other side. So if you've got that right leg still crossed, just uncross the leg nice and slow. Land that right foot back down. And then picking up the left leg this time and gently cross it over the right. Again, crossing legs, thighs are in touch with each other. Is that the right word? Yeah, sure. Let's just go with it. And then keeping the right foot grounded. This might be enough of a stretch for the left hip. This is, again, very plenty. If you want to try another option, you can ease the legs back towards the body. And then keep checking in, seeing if this is enough for you. You can place the hands on top of the knees. And maybe you take that option of sliding the hands down the shins, grabbing hold of ankles with opposite hands, opposite legs, and then easing the legs back towards the body. So you want to feel some sort of shimmer of sensation through that left hip. But again, not pushing into any edges of pain or discomfort. And again, keep checking in. So you might pull the legs in and then decide, oh, that doesn't feel quite nice, and just pull back a little bit. It's all part of the practice where we find a spot, a shape that feels comfy and cozy for us. And you found that shape, just allow the eyes to soften. Allowing the breath to smooth and slow down. And so often in the colder months, it's normal and natural to feel a little bit more tired. And that's why varying your yoga practice to incorporate more stillness, like postures in Yin and Restorative Yoga, can be really helpful to reset the nervous system and also provide more space for rest and relaxation. So that we work with nature's cycle and not against it. Three more breaths here. Take your time. Maybe there's a little bit more space for the legs and the knees to ease back towards the body. And make this your last breath here. When you feel ready to ease yourself out of this pose, just release the knees, the shins, or the ankles. Rest that right foot down on the earth. You can stay with the legs crossed or uncross the legs. This time placing the palms on the lower belly. And just take a moment to hold yourself here. Expressing gratitude to yourself for taking this time out for you, your body, and your mental health. When you're ready, we'll uncross that left leg if it's not already uncrossed. And then ease yourself onto one side and carefully lift yourself all the way up to seated. Moving into our last restorative posture, one of my favorites here, and it's going to be a supported bridge pose. So you're going to need a bolster. If you don't have a bolster, another nice option is having two blocks. Have them on its lowest setting, and you can place a blanket on top of the blocks and have that as your bolster instead. But if you've got a bolster, great, just use that. So we're going to take it widthways, more or less in the middle of your mat. And then we're going to turn towards the front of your mat and come to sit down on your bolster. Bringing the feet about hip width apart, toes pointing forwards. Bring the hands behind your bolster pillow or your blocks. Then as we inhale, press down through the feet and the hands to lift the hips. Exhale, slide the hips forwards and we'll place the sacrum, this bony part just above the bum, on the bolster. And then using the hands to ease yourself all the way back so that your shoulders, your head rest on the earth. Arms either side of the body, palms facing up or down. Another option for the arms is reaching the arms all the way back. That can feel quite nice. Full body stretch. And just let the lower back soften into the support of the bolster. Option to also extend the legs forwards to get a little bit more of an intense stretch in the lower back. If you've got the legs extended, just remember that you are very welcome to re-bend the legs at any time. Take a moment here to get comfy, picking an option that feels right for you. When you're ready, we'll gently close the eyes, take a full breath in through the nose, and a breath out through the mouth. You're very welcome to breathe your natural breath rhythm here. Or if it's okay to modify the breath, we can start to extend the exhale breath so that the breath out is just a couple of counts longer than the breath in. Sometimes it's helpful to use a count at the beginning so you can think about inhaling for the slow count of 4 and exhaling for the slow count of 6. And as we start to extend the exhale breath, we set off some chemical reactions in the body where our fight or flight response in our nervous system is turned off and our relaxation response is stimulated so that we can ease our nervous system into a little bit more of a restful place. Okay. You're very welcome to stay here. If you're like, Tash, man, I just want to chill. I'm feeling pretty relaxed in this space. Feel free to remain here. If you want to come to lie down on your back for your Shavasana relaxation, take your time to press down through the feet to gently lift the hips. Use the hands to slide the bolster, the bricks forwards. Then if you've got a bolster, you can land the bolster underneath the knees or the thighs. If you've got a brick, then maybe you might want to push the brick to one side so that you can come to lie down on your back without any props. Arms either side of the body, palms facing up or facing down. Let the feet flop away from each other, relaxing all of the muscles in your body in turn. So relaxing and softening the feet, ankles, shins, knees, thighs, the whole pelvic bowl softens down, the torso, arms, wrists, hands, neck, head, all the way towards the scalp. Relaxing and resting here. You remain in this posture, and I'll let you know when to come out. As a way of ending our class this evening, all day, whatever you're practicing, I'd like to read you a poem by the writer Dorothy Hunt. She writes, "Do you think peace will come some other place than here? Some other time than now? In some other heart than yours? Peace is this moment without judgment. That is all. This moment and this heart space, where everything that is welcome. Peace is this moment without thinking that it should be some other way, that you should feel some other thing, that your life should unfold according to your plans. Peace is this moment without judgment. This moment and this heart space where everything that is welcome. Just let those words gently sink in. As you begin to take a slightly deeper, sweeter breath in and out, you might start to incorporate a little bit of movement now. So maybe a few flexion points of the feet. You might roll the wrists in one direction and the other. Sometimes it can feel quite nice to take a full body stretch. Take your time to ease yourself back into a comfortable seated position so you can roll off to one side. Take a moment to gather yourself here. And then carefully press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Palms together in the heart space in Anjali Mudra, thumbs resting on the sternum. Taking a moment to bow your head down towards the heart space and thanking you and your body for your practice today. And we'll end by taking one last breath in and out together. So when you're ready, taking a full breath in through the nose. And an exhale out through the mouth. Thank you so much for practicing with me. And I hope you bring this little sense of connection and peace into the rest of your week. Thank you.